Hey everybody, and welcome to Shooting the Ish. This is Chris, along with George.
Yeah.
And Brian.
Yes.
Like how you held that S, so no, you didn't give us any dead air, Brian.
It's the least I can do, you know.
Well, thank you. How's everything going with you guys?
I'm busy, but, you know, I guess in this case I'm not busy because I'm doing this show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, kid, I'm booking web series, crime dramas, reenactments, commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, kid.
Right.
Staying busy, kid. Staying busy.
That's my spokesperson, ladies and gentlemen. That's George. So.
Didn't you land that role for the local dentist as Smiling Man?
No. I don't know who told you that. It wasn't your pops, was it?
No. Oh no, what was that role? Happy patron of the lawyer?
It's more like the fall guy. I'm supposed to be falling down because apparently this law firm specializes in ... slips and falls.
What if you fell in front of the law firm? Couldn't you then sue the law firm?
It sounds tempting, but what cracks me
not
up
only
is
not
that,
only have you now fallen in front of a law firm, they've told you to do it.
Right.
Well, aren't you the guy that mugs the person that falls in front of the law firm? Isn't that what happened?
No, but I'm quite sure Mike Tyson could tell you a story about his childhood.
Oh, that story where what are you saying?
I'm saying I'm sure he's mugged a couple of people who had actually slipped and fall, you know, at his behest.
Oh man,
you're playing young Mike Tyson. Is that what you're saying?
Never mind. Anywho,
Mike
they
Tyson was what's that?
The law, like apparently the casting director who's working with the law firm, they asked me for a price, and I basically asked a couple of friends of mine who are, you know, working stuntmen, go figure, about what I should go for, and usually stuntmen get paid around close to $900 a day.
Don't ask for that. I don't think you should ask for that from a local.
No. Let me finish. I'm not done with the damn story.
Yeah,
I'm
kid,
done. Yes.
you need me involved. Just give me a.
Hey, you should say how much does a lawyer get paid for an hour?
Right, exactly. But I basically settled for $500, and they haven't gotten back to me. So I guess this is a cheap law.
So you settled, but they didn't.
They're not going to give you $500, bro. What's the matter with you? Just tell them $100 and call it a day. If you want to be in it, they're not going to give you $500.
But I didn't know how long they wanted me to fall for. Like, you know, how many takes we're going to do, or they didn't say they were going for any padding. They didn't say like how many takes I was going to do. So I just said.
So instead of asking them and then giving them a price, you just tell them $500. You're an excellent businessman. Go back to UPS.
What do you mean?
I'm actually glad that it worked out this way, because the alternative would have been Brian going onto the set and causing an issue, and then my dad saying, "Why the hell did Brian cause an issue on the set?"
Actually brings back memories of other productions I've worked on, where I was, the unconventional Hellraiser. You know, Chris, you do remember, right?
Yes, I do. Now I'm giving.
Yeah. Now you're giving me that. I guess, you know, the tables have turned.
I don't know if we talked about this when we talked about Mike Tyson, but he was telling a story where he beat the shit out of some guy that kept coming back to fight him more, and he was fighting him, and every time he'd fight him, the guy was like on crack, so the guy kept threatening him. And it ended up with Mike Tyson throwing the guy on top of a car so that the guy was laying belly down on the car with his head sticking off the side of the car, and Mike Tyson uppercutting the guy in the face while he was lying on the car.
That's no good. That's not fun.
That can't be.
It's not funny.
I mean, of course, when you're on the receiving end, of course it's not fun.
So you basically priced yourself out of an acting role.
Yeah, which I didn't want to do because all it is just falling down. From what the casting director told me, it was just like, all right, you're just going to be walking casually, and then all of a sudden you fall.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking to myself, well, that doesn't sound like I could put that on my acting reel.
You know, half the stuff you do, you can't put on your reel, Brian.
You've it looks like you've opened the door to another great opportunity for yourself, Williams.
Correction, I closed the door and pretty much got my own personal key to lock the door.
Oh,
from ever going into that realm, if you will.
Can you open up that door 1 second? Put yourself in the room. Put the key back in the lock it, and break the key off, and just stay in there. Can you do that?
Can you put your balls in the door and then slam it shut so you know how other people feel working with you?
Is that how you feel, Chris, when working with
That's not how I feel. I'm actually pleasantly calm. I think my balls are so mushed I'm fine with you.
You mean chafed. Good for you.
Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that, baby, you're the best. I've got that summertime sadness. Sister, summertime sadness. I got that summertime sadness. Oh.
You know, it sounds better, as time progresses.
You should play that song whenever you burn a bridge with someone. You should just send them the audio file that they can listen to right after.
Yeah. Definitely send it to various cast directors, agents, and managers.
Speaking of...
It actually reminds me of a story recently where I met with this manager / she's like a self-help guru.
Is this a long story?
I'm not finished. No, it's not a long story, but I asked her various questions. Like one of them was, what do you consider a Buddhist, Christian, like what various other religious. She consider herself a religious mutt. I mean, that's a new terminology. Have you ever heard that?
What's that?
A religious mutt. You ever heard of that?
I guess I'm kind of like a religious mutt. I grew up with 3 different things going on.
Are you still snoring, George?
No, he woke up. Okay, Brian. I gotta take the show back. Speaking of lawyers, I was at court the other day in L.A. And the L.A.
Jersey.
I actually had to go for a speeding ticket, or I blew a red light sort of deal.
Wait a minute, you have to go before the judge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have to go to an arraignment where you plead guilty or not guilty, and then after that you have to go to court a second day for your trial.
That's a waste of time. I mean, I'm just saying, if they caught you red-handed and they filled out the ticket and got all the information out, you should just pay it up front or pay it online. At least that's how they do it on the East Coast.
I know there's some sort of an extra step here where they make you sign that you will appear in court for a summons on certain things. So anyway, court I noticed here is very entertaining. It seems like all the judges are kind of auditioning to be the next TV judge. Yeah, it's so weird. They tell jokes the whole time, and they do not like if you talk more than them, sort of deal. They kind of the one lady that I was standing in front of the other day had a big, huge mallet, about 10 to 15 times the size of a regular mallet, like a comical big mallet. And she basically said, "I'm gonna pound this on your on the desk, or I'm gonna pound you in the head with this if you act up." She used it as a prop.
Keep going.
It was just very entertaining, and then people were telling jokes, and there was one woman in the back who I couldn't tell. It almost seemed like she was a regular ticket recipient that was happy to be there, and whenever she was a big mama, and whenever the judge in the front would tell a joke, the lady in the back would laugh and be like, "She right." Yeah, man. It was not only was there joke tellers in the courtroom, but there was laugh tracks.
You gotta be kidding me. And no one was filming this.
Everyone was laughing. Some people, even in the beginning, were sucking their teeth man, this lady's making this take forever, but at the end they were laughing.
Right.
Yeah, man.
That just goes to show you she has nothing better to do but to hear cases. She must not hear a lot of cases.
No, there was hundreds of people there.
Right, and making them wait. That sucks.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, if you have to go before the judge, it sucks.
Well, they even have out here comedy traffic school. Okay, so if you get a point on your license for whatever nonsense thing like seatbelt,
right.
I guess seatbelt's not a nonsense thing, but any little traffic thing that a cop pulls you over for instead of like busting a real drug lord or something like that. Any of those little nice services to the community that the cops do. Anyway, if you get a point on your license, you have to go to comedy or traffic school, but you could opt to go to comedy traffic school, which is
Now, what the hell is?
It's kind of like a 5-hour traffic class, but done by like C to D level comedians.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good in concept. It's very cheesy in execution, but it is very hilarious that not only are they like telling jokes in the courts out here, but there's also a traffic school that's specifically set up as a quote-unquote stand-up comedy school.
Well, speaking of D comics, I went to see my buddy do stand-up in Burbank the other night, and he technically opened for Kato Kalin.
Wow.
Technically, because Kato Kalin went out.
Now, there's a name. Right.
Was he actually funny? Because there's some people who just go on the comedy circuit, but it's like, yeah, I was smiling the whole time.
He was making fun of himself a lot, which is good. Like, crashing in people's houses, that kind of...
But who under 20 would understand those jokes?
Nobody.
Yeah.
It was an older crowd. Nobody under 20 knows who Kato Kalin is.
Yeah.
When he went up, I was like, oh, shit.
They think he's a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah, nobody knows who he is. The second I had to think about it, I'm like, I know this name. Where? OJ.
That's how you said it when you remember? OJ.
Man.
That's how you said it?
I got heckled by somebody else.
OJ couldn't leave well enough alone. Now he's in jail.
No, he's in jail for like beating somebody up. He got in trouble for...
No, he robbed his Heisman Trophy.
Okay, before that he got in trouble for selling illegal satellite dishes.
Really?
Yeah.
When I was... it's so weird that he got away with the massive crime, allegedly, but he then got bagged for very many petty crimes. Like, you... the opposite of that would be a guy who got arrested 30 times for shoplifting, but then got away... No. The opposite of that would be someone who was a great petty thief, but then got bagged for a huge crime.
That's true.
Right.
Well,
that's usually how it happens.
One time I got in a car crash, right? Or a car. It wasn't even a crash. My wheel folded in. I was doing I was going a ridiculously...
His wheel folded in.
A ridiculously high speed, like 90, and my car was spinning in circles on the highway while, trying to slow down from 90. And my car pulled forward, reset. I didn't hit any walls. I controlled it as best as I could. And the wheel popped back into place, so I just kind of drove off. And I gotta say, after that, I felt like Superman. I'm like, wow, I can't die. And I think OJ kind of felt that way because, Jesus, I mean, would you do anything wrong if you got off of that charge?
I don't know.
Like, why not just move to another country? Like, then people would forget about you, and the people in the other country wouldn't know or care what you did.
Yeah, but this is O.J. Simpson. He used to be a big star.
Unless you're fucking this guy from South Africa, like, what's the deal? Like,
Nelson Mandela?
No. The guy who the rugby player who like killed his girl with a shotty.
Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah, it's like
he's a rugby player. I thought.
No. He's an Olympian. He's like a. Not free runner.
Okay.
He was a runner. He was a runner.
Okay, so that's the reason, like, it's world news. But usually don't, like, murder trials stay in the country that they're in? Like, why are we getting their news?
Well, here's the thing. He's a double amputee who basically tried out for this past Summer Olympics, and he was basically an inspiration to, the world at large.
Oh, that's...
And on top of that, he had like this beautiful supermodel girlfriend that he's going out with, and for some weird reason he killed her. And there's things that are coming to light that he has a history of violence. He was very abusive to her. So
shit happens, kid.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you.
But
that's basically this.
Yeah, he did.
Right now, the trial is still undergoing. Still underway, and who knows? He might be going away.
He didn't get into the Olympics, right? I mean, you can't if you're an amputee. Don't you have to have all?
No, he got in. He didn't. I mean, he didn't win any medals.
They let him in. Oh, that's racist.
He should have done the shotgun challenge. He might have got in.
Yeah, I'm sure he's kicking himself now that he, you know.
Well, they say he was a very paranoid man. Like, he would always be creeping by the door to hear who was on the other side. So in this case, I guess that's his defense, is that he's always been paranoid, and he would point the gun usually at the door. So I guess that's what they're going with, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Let him go with that.
So now they have to figure out if he shot through. They have to figure out, based on his testimony, if that's even true. So it's always,
Right.
you know, you have
Right, if it was
yeah.
premeditated or not.
Yeah, now you have these forensics people who not only have to do their job, but have to now like figure out if those facts are true based on the story he's trying to spin.
Right.
Well, these guys must be sent in false directions all the time, these forensics people.
Yeah, that's why it takes them like months, you know, just to figure things out.
But,
let alone half an hour episode.
do you remember back in the late 90s they had like actual forensics files shows, like with real forensic stories before like CSI and all this?
But if they did, I
Forensic
didn't watch
Files.
it. But
That was a good show. It was like very.
One of our old friends was doing forensics in school, but it turns out he was just in culinary school. So I don't know what that was about.
what? I was fooled.
Yeah. So were we.
And if he sent the forensics people on those two false leads, they'd still be looking for clues. Sorry for the inside joke there, Brian. What was I gonna say? Brian, what was I gonna say?
I don't know, but we were talking about Oscar Pistorius. We were talking about the.
It's like him, and then all of a sudden this missing plane. What happened with this? This plane is just okay. So the plane took off from Malaysia and just disappeared. And that was
there's too many Asians as it is, you know.
So
right.
Malaysia is being very like. They said they don't want to release any facts till they have them, but America and China are basically like, no, we're taking this over. And Malaysia's feeling kind of tight that America and China basically ran in their shit and said, you're not going to get this done. We're going to get this done.
Well, no shit. I mean, a plane went missing with 250 people on board. That's not exactly something just to like, we'll take care of it when we can.
Could you imagine in this day and age of like a plane just going missing? Like, did it get sucked up by aliens or... Where did it go?
And on top of it, and then there was like three Americans, and then two of the passengers had false IDs.
Yeah, I'm imagining that scene from Spaceballs when the jam starts going over the military monitors and go, "Sir, we're jammed."
That was the last words that they heard.
But apparently there were two transponders on the plane, right? And I found this out today. One of them was turned off, which you would wonder why you're able to turn off any of them. And in the other one...
Or why you would turn it off at all.
Why even give it that capability of turning off? Like, why?
That's trained terrorism. That's like... That's terrorism where they said, okay... All right, turn those things off so we can get the plane landed in a safe location.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's two. One of them you can turn off, and one of them you can't. At least on this specific flight.
Right.
So if you're going to put any on the plane, why make them so you can turn them off? You know, one you can and one you can't.
So what happened to the one that can't?
After the plane went off the grid, it was still recording for 4 more hours after that, apparently. It was still sending information back and forth for 4 more hours. So...
That thing hit the water.
I think so too. I mean, where else would it be? There's no way if it hit land, let's say there was 5 survivors. Of the 250 people on board, there's at least 240 cell phones, computers, something.
Right.
That you could turn on, that you could try to reach somebody.
But you don't know if they have signal if they're over the water.
If they're in the water, they're dead. But if they crashed on land and there could potentially be some survivors, then the chances are of someone finding a signal and reaching out to trying to reach out to somebody, that's likely. But if they're in the water, I mean, they're dead.
Could you imagine, like, being the rescue team that has to scour the jungles of Cambodia that are filled with, like, roving gangs and shit like that?
That's true. It could have crashed in the jungles, right? One of those jungles.
Yeah, that could be tribal turf or any sort of weird turf.
That would be easier to find, though, if it was in the jungle. Like, if flying over, I guess, if a big jumbo jet crashed, you would be able to see some damage
A big metal
Or
bird fall from
right,
the sky.
and see some smoke, in the sky, permeating the jungle.
They've waited like a week now. I don't think there's any smoke anymore. If there was smoke.
So this thing might take, months or years to find. I'd be surprised if they could find any remains.
It's gonna take a couple more weeks before they find like a piece of the wing floating in the water.
Maybe 100 years from now, some deep sea divers like, oh, what a find!
And then James Cameron's grandson is gonna make a movie about it. Malaysian Flight 950.
Yeah,
really
they'll have no facts, but they'll make a 3-hour movie about the love story that happened on board between
John and Clara.
Yeah, some Malaysian named Jack.
And I'm sure the terrorist, who we don't even know if it's a terrorist, will have also good feelings. At the same time, we'll have some moments of grace.
So that plane is
right before he falls from grace, literally. Right.
Yeah.
Get it.
Well, I mean, in this day and age, well, these weren't like Americans on the plane, or not most of them weren't, but how many times have you been on the plane since 9/11 and seen something a little shady going down and being like, oh yeah, do it, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, I know.
Do it, I dare you.
Yeah, I know. The flights that I've taken since 2001 have been to Greece, so not many. Like everyone looks like me on the plane and like hungover, and no one's really doing anything. It's tricky. Everyone's just like, let's land and finish this.
They're not even letting black people on those planes, let alone terrorists.
No.
Yeah, but I don't think black people have a very strong urge to go to Greece. No offense.
Yeah, there's plenty of black Greeks.
I mean, the Mediterranean does not really count. I don't think. Hello?
What?
I don't think Mediterranean counts. Last time I checked.
Okay.
As black. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you're saying Moors. You're saying there's probably Moors there, but not. Okay, whatever.
Okay, you guys are giving me the dead air. I'm not giving nobody.
We got
dead
a little.
air.
Good. Keep it.
Technical difficulty. We're experiencing technical difficulties.
We got some fan mail.
Oh, read them, please.
This one comes from Heather Locklear.
That's bullcrap, but keep going.
It says, Chris, you're the man. I want to kiss you all over. You're really cool. Signed, Heather Locklear.
Sounds like a catfish situation. What do you think, George?
Big fan. I mean, it's right here in front of us. I see it from Heather Locklear. She typed it. I mean,
I can't hook up with her though. There's one glaring reason.
Why? Because there's one woman for you? What are we talking about?
She also wrote a fan mail to George.
Oh no.
Dear George, after the other night, I went to the doctor and I checked. It's definitely herpes. Please call me as soon as you can.
Right.
And for that reason, I will not be messing around with Heather Locklear. Thanks for the call, Heather Locklear.
That sounds very catfish-like.
Wasn't me.
Voice.
Did you see President Obama on Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did see it.
I couldn't believe that he did that.
I know.
Well,
and it's basically just to plug for the affordable health care plan. So
this would probably make him the coolest president over Clinton now.
I don't think so.
Well,
coolest in terms of media stuff.
Like media, I wouldn't say media savageness, but media, like there's a sort of a, I guess you could say he's approachable and, he's not afraid to poke fun at himself, then yeah, I guess you can say that.
Yeah, Bill Clinton had too much to hide to be playing that game. Like, he wasn't going to be letting Zach Galifianakis at him.
Right.
But Zach Galifianakis said to Barack Obama, how does it feel to be the last black president?
Right.
And he says, how does it feel that, how do you feel that a hot lady like Michelle ended up with a nerd like you? And he said, what else did he say?
I mean, he was like, you can ask Michelle. Wait, say something along the lines like, you can ask Michelle, and Michelle will tell you that, she did not end up with a nerd or something like that.
Oh yeah, and then
he asks, oh, can I interview Michelle? He's like, no.
Oh, he's like, I never let you near her. And
right.
And he goes like this. He goes, oh, okay. So when you're not president anymore, do you think people will stop letting you win at basketball? And I heard Obama like on some morning show shit, and he was saying that Zach Galifianakis was shook when he was talking to him because he was afraid. He was like, you could tell, like, you could see the wheels turning in his head, like, should I ask these questions or not? Because Zach Galifianakis was staring at all the CIA guys with, like, guns and shit like that. And he was, like, staring at them and then staring at the questions on the card.
That's funny. Yeah, I saw from the pictures that he did look nervous.
Or the Secret Service guys.
Yeah, kid.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't see that. But speaking of prominent black people, I saw Flight the other night, starring Denzel Washington. I thought it was great.
Oh.
Was that the one with the plane going upside down?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What did they do when the plane went upside down? Did the people, did the G-force keep them in their seat, or
everybody was strapped in? Whoever wasn't got fucked.
They were all. Yeah, there was like one kid fell out of his seat. Go figure. And then one of the hot stewardess had to get out of her seat and try to help him back to his seat while this was all going on.
It's pretty awesome.
It is a crazy scene. No
it's
question.
Pretty awesome. It's within the first half hour of the movie, so it opens up with a bang. It's really great.
Have you guys seen any new movies?
Yes. Brian, we know you didn't, so you don't even have to.
I've been trying to see Lego Movie like crazy, and I haven't been able to see it.
I saw the Grand Budapest Hotel.
How bad was it?
It was good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, well, how bad was it? No, Wes Anderson is funny. His style, it was very Wes Anderson, but it was really good. Ray Fiennes was awesome, and the little kid that played his assistant was also awesome. And there was cameos from everybody. Great story, and it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. It had that that magical, whimsical comic book feel that Wes Anderson movies as of late have. And it was really good. I liked it.
Like Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah. I wasn't bored. It was a lot of fun. It was like I laughed out loud a few times.
And I feel like his movies are getting better. They're more entertaining and far less Manhattan douchey. I don't know what other word I could use for that. Highfalutin.
Highfalutin.
Well, that's a start.
It was very good. Yeah. If anyone wants to just go have a good time, it's funny. Adrian Brody's in it. Willem Dafoe is in it. Bill Murray makes an appearance.
Edward Norton's also in it.
Harvey Keitel, like everyone and their mother. Ray Fiennes stars in it, obviously.
Right.
What's his name? That was in a bunch of other crappy movies. Anyway,
not Owen Wilson.
Oh no, Owen Wilson was in a bunch of.
So basically, there's a guy who's a gigolo, and the kid from India has to watch his back from getting beat up. Or
the guy that's basically the guy who runs the hotel.
Is a gigolo.
He bangs all the. He keeps. Let's just say he keeps all the rich old ladies. He keeps them company.
Right.
So basically, the hotel is so
gig.
successful. I know. I was jealous when I saw it. Well, the hotel is as successful because of him, not because just the hotel. Like he treats everybody. Like not only the people that he has sex with, but everybody love him and they come to him. They come to the hotel for him. So he hires a little lobby boy, and then one of the women that he has sex with on a regular basis kicks the bucket, and then he goes to her funeral, and in her will she gives him one of these priceless paintings. And her son, played by Adrian Brody, thinks it's bullshit, that he should get it, this and that. So Ray Fiennes steals the painting with the little kid, and they leave.
Well, it is rightfully Ray Fiennes, though.
Well, because in the will, she said that Ray Fiennes should get that painting, and then her son, Adrian Brody, gets the rest. But he didn't want that. Those guys were played as I want to say Third Reich type of characters.
Okay.
Throughout the entire thing. And it took place in the 1930s, so it made sense. Like they were very militant and hated everyone. Willem Dafoe's character is awesome. Jeff Goldblum made an appearance. There was one scene, Jeff Goldblum is talking about the will and whatnot, and Willem Dafoe is standing next to a window petting a cat. And there's conversation, this and that, and Jeff Goldblum is talking to Adrian Brody, and he says, okay, I think we should go about this so there's no problems and everyone is happy. And Adrian Brody says, no, I don't agree. And then it pans to Willem Dafoe petting the cat, just throws the cat straight out the window.
Oh,
and
man.
And they walk away, and Jeff Goldblum's like, "Did you just throw my cat out the window?" And in the next scene, Jeff Goldblum's walking with like a bloody sack.
Aww. No animals were hurt in this film.
I hope they were. I hate cats.
Well, I guess if you could get by with it is funnier, like, when you're watching videos of dogs and cats, like, if you see a cat, usually a cat gets itself into a situation because it was, like, greedily going for something, and then it gets, like, smashed or hurt, and I think people, like, it's easier to laugh at a cat than it would be to a dog that got hurt.
Cats suck.
Like, you would probably feel bad if a dog got hurt, but if a cat got smashed, it would probably still quickly rebound and run away, so it's almost like it got a comeuppance. Oh my gosh, I saw a video of chimps throwing a raccoon. The raccoon, I guess, got into the chimp thing, and the chimps were, oh God help any animal who gets in there with them. Really violent. They were throwing it like a frisbee, and it was like full. No, it was alive, and it was scared. And when it landed, they threw it like 30 feet, and it was like frisbeeing around. And when it landed, it tried to crawl on a pipe, and right before it got on the pipe, one of the chimps like went over slowly and grabbed it by the tail. And you could see the raccoon just freeze, and they slowly pulled the raccoon out of the pipe by the tail and threw it again like a frisbee.
They were playing catch with the raccoon.
Yeah. You feel like a little bad for it, but you're like, oh, those fucking like, it's a raccoon, you know. It's kind of like a big rodent cat.
I know, a raccoon.
It's almost like if a cat became a super shredder and drank the ooze, like that would be a raccoon.
What was that video that it was like a security camera, and the guy, some guy's dog was being attacked by a raccoon, and he picked it up and threw it down the stairs.
He picked it up over its head in the way that Mario will pick up, like in Mario 2, how he picked up the shit over his head and he threw it straight down the stairs, and it was spinning in that frisbee fashion. I don't know how it was spinning like that, because he picked it straight up and threw it, but I guess those things just spin.
They're bottom heavy.
It almost looks like a flying squirrel, because it's like it has loose skin and it spreads out wide.
I would have no qualms about smashing a raccoon with a baseball bat if it came down to it.
Oh, they're very cute, you know. I even see sometimes they walk with their babies.
I would tee up those babies.
Well, you don't know whose mother you're hitting with that.
It's a raccoon.
There might be a raccoon mom.
It doesn't matter. It's still a raccoon. What? Raccoons are they're scary. They have rabies.
Yeah, but if a raccoon baby sees you kill their mom, they'll be more have more propensity to kill you later in life. You better kill the whole family.
I'm gonna kill the entire.
Are you trying to say that raccoons will turn into like Batman raccoons or some shit like that? What the hell are you trying to say?
No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to be a Batman.
Baby raccoons are going to grow up and hijack a plane in Malaysia. Fake passports.
I'm gonna
fake Chinese passport.
I'm gonna curb stomp all the raccoons.
How the fuck do you get a fake passport in this day and age? And how does a plane go missing in this day and age?
Sorry.
It's cool.
The fake passport is doable. If you're in those proper channels, it's very doable actually. A plane going missing, I don't know how they did that one though.
I don't think David Copperfield could pull a trick like that off.
Oh, it was Chris Angel, or what's the other guy's, David Blaine. They're responsible for this.
I guess in the terms of the Indian Ocean. Okay, so if you look at like what oceans connect what, the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean technically have a lot of quote unquote money traveling in between them, but what's down there in the Indian Ocean? You know, it's just India, and then it's Africa there, and it's Southeast Asia. So maybe
wait, shouldn't it be called the Native American Ocean?
No,
not even like unless.
Oh,
but even in terms of travel routes, like it's unless someone was going from Southeast Asia / Australia to Africa, like odds are they'd be heading inland somewhere.
Right.
This flight was heading from where to where again?
It was heading. Was it headed to China? It was heading north, and then they veered southwest, and then they found out they veered again northeast. So they basically did a zigzag pattern.
So it sounds like it was some sort of terrorism.
Yeah, because like maybe they switched it one way, and then maybe they tried to trick the terrorist and flip it the other way. Because maybe the terrorists were like, go this way, and the pilot realized, oh shit, if we go that way, we're going to be over fucking Antarctica.
That's what I don't understand, man. These guys can't get on board with guns unless it was an inside job of some sort, which is highly unlikely at this day and age. But then again, this was Malaysian Airlines, so you don't know that.
Yeah, who knows what happens there.
But, I mean, if guys are on a plane saying, yeah, I'm going to hijack this, and they're holding like a little knife. Okay, buddy, let's see what you got.
Yeah, Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh, yeah, are you kidding me? I'm going to open up the emergency exit and give him a clothesline from hell.
I mean, yeah, because I guess you got to weigh your options. Like, in the past, you would have said, oh, maybe I'll be quiet. I don't want to get slashed with a box cutter. But in this day and age, you'd be like, these fuckers want to go into a building. I might as well get a slash with a box cutter.
Yeah.
I actually can see George, doing his best, Harrison Ford imitation, saying, "Get off my plane." I don't know why.
Get off my plane.
Or maybe he could do Liam Neeson and say, they have my daughter.
I have a particular
Right.
set of skills.
That's what I'm going to tell him while I'm in the plane. I have a particular set of skills.
Oh, God.
Stop hijacking this plane. I'm going to
Give you
shove a
herpes.
mud
What?
hole in your ass.
Mud hole.
I'm going to give you herpes in your ass.
I'm going to syntax A your ass.
I'm clean.
I think he has a line in that latest film where he says, like, I'm not trying to down this plane. I'm trying to save it. It's like,
I want to see that. What's that one called?
I want to see it.
nonstop.
You know it's not going to be any good, but I do want to see it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why, but it's like a draw. And anytime a man is in a plane,
A man is in a plane?
Look, snakes.
Are you trying to tell us something?
Even snakes on a plane was passable because the drama had to do with being up in a plane. It's kind of like putting something on a train. It makes when you put it on a train, it gives the story a straight path because you're gonna hit certain places at certain times. But when you're up in a plane, it's like the plane could fall at any moment. So that's drama, and you're also stuck up there. So if it's a relationship movie, like you're kind of stuck away from the person you're with. It's not like that plane could land for any reason. If you said, "Oh, I need it to land right now," unless you were having like a heart attack, it wouldn't land right now. And even if it were, it would still take a half hour to find a place to land.
That's true. Unless you just do a Malaysia and disappear.
Fuck, if you have a heart attack on a plane, you're screwed.
Clearly.
But there's always a doctor on board. I think that's how they schedule these things.
Are you sure?
But apparently, did you see the pilot? One of the pilots on this plane got in trouble, or it came to light that during another flight he invited 2 teenage Australian girls into the cockpit for the duration of the flight, and they were smoking cigarettes the whole time, and they weren't drinking.
That's such a teenage activity.
Yeah.
Hey, girls, want to come to the cockpit? We could smoke cigarettes while no one's looking.
No, the girls weren't smoking, but the pilots were smoking.
Okay.
And they were just like hanging out in the cockpit the entire time. And this came out once one of the girls recognized who the pilot was when all the news came out for this missing flight. And then she went to hard copy or whatever.
Hard copy?
Current affair. It was on affair.
Talk about a blast from the past. Jeez. I mean, what's next? She's gonna go on a current affair? Like, what the hell?
That's where it was on, a current affair, for your information.
Oh my God, hard copy.
Current affair is still going on? I'm getting old.
Australia it is. Yeah, the current affair.
I guess the current affair for us is like Inside Edition.
Yeah, it could have been, what was that black
Extra. Bossip.
Nah.
He was on Bossip.
It was Bossip, that's what it was.
Yeah, by my former employers. Yeah, good time.
Did you burn that bridge?
Of course.
Well, I guess I burned that bridge for being too boring on set, so
Jeez.
whatever.
Oh, how could they have gotten that idea? Brian boring when it comes to the camera rolling? No. Brian, you're boring?
Brian Oring.
You're lucky you're in California right now, because I would so wring your neck right now.
Warren Williams. No, I mean Brian Williams. Okay, all right, enough.
Boring,
Brian,
Ronan.
Brian, I think you're super entertaining.
Ronan boring.
Yeah, when I'm dead weight on the show. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Brian, hold on. Don't get too excited.
I'm not.
Don't get too excited ever.
Not at all.
I have a review. I have a review, but it's not of a movie.
No, what's the review of?
To review the day I went to the Walmart in Torrance, California.
Please, entertain us.
I was going to the Walmart because I was looking around. I figured it wasn't like a sort of thing you'd find in a department store, but I figured, wow, they have everything, so they must have that random thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just like to go to Walmart. I mean, I really love it. Like a
fat kid loves cake?
Keep in mind,
They sell cake.
like a fat person loves Walmart. Keep in mind, I had just watched a video of people of Walmart. You know that thing that shows like all the ridiculous looking people that go to Walmart?
Okay, keep going.
So, okay, so I went to Walmart. First of all, when I walked into Walmart, I realized that I was it was surrounded by three three little units, like stores, almost like a fort. You know, like this was the outpost, and the three forts were three fast food joints. One was a Taco Bell / Pizza Hut. One was a Carl's Jr. / Green Burrito in one. And the third was the Worcestershire, whatever that thing is called, that does the hot dogs.
Westminster, something like that.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh.
Wurstel's hot dogs.
Wurstel, yeah. I never had any of the. Wait, it was the hot dog place, and what two other places?
And a Carl's Jr. Green Burrito combination.
Okay.
So the 2-in-1. And a Taco Bell Pizza Hut 2-in-1 combination.
So there was 5 fast food spots in 3 locations.
And inside of this Walmart, there is a McDonald's.
Oh my God! Is Green Burrito like a Chipotle or like a Taco Bell? Because I've seen them, but I've never eaten.
Yeah, it's just like I think it's like a taco thing. So there was also 2 taco things.
Oh my God.
And Carl's Jr. is kind of like a McDonald's, so there was
Jr.
2 of those.
Like paste. It's straight up paste. That and Jack
yeah. Oh, do you know when I don't know if they still have it, but when I first came out to California, on all the Carl's Jr.'s, they had plastered to the windows of the drive-thru. Warning: something in here is known to the state of California to cause cancer.
And the food or the building?
How could it be every building? The only thing that combines all those different buildings is the food. It's the food.
They have the same contractor building all those things.
Those $2 hamburgers were good, but once I started seeing that, I'm like, shit. Maybe these burgers are like cancerous.
I don't know if that's
I guiltily still ate them for a little.
So they're basically saying that some of the buns have carcinogen properties within it.
I guess that's what they were saying, and since I was ordering the cheapest thing on the menu, I only assumed that it was the thing I was eating.
I'm sure whether it's cheap or expensive.
Anyway, so I went inside of the Walmart, and I saw I saw the.
Great.
I saw the things that on people of Walmart that you would usually see. I saw the flesh tone pants.
Ugh.
I saw ginormous fat people, fatter than fat people. Like, where'd this fat all come from, fat people? Hold on one second, my Thai food's here.
I'll go get it.
Yeah, you better.
Oh?
Put them to good use for a change.
Oh yes, we'll be right there. Thank you. Hey, can you just sign? And give him, be generous.
I'm going to give him cash.
Thanks.
Oh, so now
the delivery man.
I like how the out-of-work actor is a high roller all of a sudden. I like that.
Actually, I paid with card.
They actually do have like that device they put on their cell phone where you can just slide it in and all that.
Oh no, this one I call ahead. They have my card on file at this Thai food place. Thai food is really good, and it tastes really like a healthier, I guess, alternative to Chinese food. But it is not the case. If you eat it 2 days in a row, you realize how shit it is. Most food, though, if you eat it, even if your favorite food, if you eat it 2 days in a row, you're like, oh man, sucks.
No, that's not that's the case with most, fast food joints.
I could eat. What's that?
I'm just saying that, like, most fast food joints, they taste better when, it's the first day. Well, as it ages, the second day, I guess the freshness, deteriorates rapidly.
No, I'm saying, like, not even leftovers. I'm saying if you order the same thing every day, like fresh.
Mm-hmm. It starts having a dull taste, or maybe your taste buds just gets used to it after a period of time.
Now, there's something I could eat every day, and that's a turkey sandwich for lunch. I could eat that every day.
Hey, Chris, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Who the hell's that?
There's a turkey sandwich, and I could eat every day.
Okay. I was gonna say dry cereal for me, but that's just me.
What happened, George?
Oh, so for those of you who don't know what we look like, well, Chris and I basically grew up together, but we look nothing alike. Nothing alike. So when I went to answer the door, the guy's like, "Oh, hey, Chris, nice to see you again. How you doing?" I'm like, "Great. How are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm very good." Okay.
Oh, can you imagine Hey, Chris, nice to see you again. Wow, you lost weight. Oh, you grew your hair. You have a full head of hair. Wow, wow. And you're graying on top of that. Wow. No, I mean, come on. That is as animated as I'm going to get on this show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, bring more of that, Brian. I love that.
Yeah, you bum.
I know it caught you off guard, but I'm just.
Maybe we should say we hate that, so Brian does more of it.
Yeah, shut up.
I hate it. Don't tell me to shut up. You know, shutting up is what I'm good at. You know, on most of those episodes.
Brian's on fire. Okay, I was at Walmart and those people were very fat, and I saw people wearing the ridiculous outfits, the mismatched outfits, and of course people in wheelchairs. Like motorized wheelchairs that do or do not have to be because of weight concerns. And I feel like everyone is just there for fun. Like, and I realized when I was there, I was dressed bummy because it's not like you wouldn't say like, oh, I have to go to Walmart, let me take a shower. But because everyone is going there with that mentality, it's just like, it's like a human version of Destruction Derby. Like, it's just so visually entertaining that I walk around slowly. And I'm just happy. I have a big smile. And you see, oh, here's one more thing. You see mixed match couples. But sometimes you see like a mismatched couple and you kind of wonder like, oh, how'd they get together? And then you kind of see, okay, they have like one thing in common. But these guys seem to have almost nothing in common but like a slight bit of ghetto-ness.
They have nothing in common except for the kid that they have together.
That could be it. But it's so funny. Like, they're so drastically different looking. And when the fat people wear the flesh-toned pants, it's very, like, off-putting.
Disturbing. I've seen it before. Not at Walmart, but I've seen it before.
Also, strange jewelry, missing teeth. And you wouldn't think, like, you would think, oh, California, like, it's a pretty wealthy area. But no matter where you are, whatever Walmart you go to, it's like Walmart attracts the creatures, man.
Yeah, but California's a big state. There's plenty of hick areas in California.
But even the area I used to live in, it was like a decent, like middle-class Mexican neighborhood. And the Walmart there, it was like people, all these random cartoony-looking people from all, like, it attracts just the weirdest people from all over. The most aggressive, deal-seeking. Like, they're aggressively seeking a deal on a TV, but they obviously don't know much about TVs because the TV you're going to get there is of a resolution that if you were a TV buff, you wouldn't want to get. So it's usually people going there for a deal of something they don't really care about. For instance, that coffee maker I have right there costs $10. I never drink coffee. I've never used it once, but I got it from Walmart.
Yes.
And if company wants it, there's a coffee maker in the corner.
Yeah, but it's not a coffee maker you would own if you drank coffee on a regular basis.
Exactly. In fact, it broke once because the glass was so thin, and I left it on the burner when I did use it. And I went back like months later after I bought it.
But that's not a faulty glass. That's if you leave it on the burner, the glass is gonna break.
I caused a scene at Walmart. I was like, my girlfriend bought this from here, and I threw out the receipt because I thought Walmart had quality items. And the person just shook their head at me, and they're like, just go grab another one.
Right.
But I've seen people get shook at Walmart because I guess they're not used to aggressive behavior. But
here, no.
But this one woman, a fat ass woman, was getting aggressive over pillows. She wanted to return the pillows, and she was screaming about pillows. And you saw the guy getting nervous and about to press the security button.
Man, just because I've been sleeping on these pillows for like 3 months, I want new pillows.
It was something along those lines.
I'm sorry, man. Your drool stains are on these pillows. I don't give a shit. I want some new pillows.
Anyway, Walmart was very entertaining, but did not have what I wanted. But it's so creepy because the deals are low. You just see a random thing like, I was like, wow, a tablet for $100? I could buy that. And then I'm like, that probably is like what were those tablets that kids used to have back in the day, you know?
Etch-a-Sketch?
No, the one that hooked up to the TV, that big plastic tablet.
The Sega?
Oh.
It was for kids, yeah.
Okay, Pico. Sega
Pico, yeah, it's probably like a Pico with slightly better graphics.
That's why I only shop at Costco. That requires a due-paying membership once per year. It kind of weeds out the trash, but not really.
Well, the trash still comes in because sometimes I go in there and just get those samples of food and then I leave.
I know. You don't see, yeah. It's just
You know, for a hot second, I thought you meant trash as in, like, you know, the riffraff customers that come in.
Oh, that's what I mean. I was referring to myself as such.
Oh, Okay. I just wanted to make sure
Because
we're
he
on the
goes in
same
to get
page.
free sample of sausages and like energy bars.
Here's the thing. Yeah, and that's very poor for diet because you never know what you're gonna get until you get it. But here's the thing.
But it's
with,
good because it's
with
not
Walmart,
enough
if you're going into Walmart dressed nice and well groomed, you're going in with the wrong mentality. Like you got to go greasy, fucking ready to eat McDonald's, and like fully like just ready to slowly loaf around the aisles.
You have to go in there depressed, in a full blown depression.
It's kind of like the Al Bundy syndrome. Like you get there and you're like, wow, my life's not so bad. Look around.
But in reality, it sucks.
But how the heck does Walmart attract all these people? Besides the
affordable, reasonable price on various products.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
It's cheaper than even a Target because they buy so much bulk.
But then why are the people there more aggressive than in a store that would have higher prices?
Because they all probably go hungry.
Because Walmart is the DMV of various store chains.
Oh shit! It's the DMV of how so?
Well, I mean, if you say you have like pissed off customers, pissed off workers, then yeah.
Also, the people who work there are very, very interesting looking as well.
Yeah, I guess you are what you eat.
And if you got McDonald's right at your work, that's deadly.
No, it's gross, man. Why would you eat it?
It's there.
Yeah, but why would you eat it?
Because it's there.
Yeah, but why would you eat it?
Because it's cheap.
It's not that cheap.
That's why. But if you worked at Walmart every day and you were like, oh, McDonald's is right there, I might as well get some lunch at McDonald's because it's addicting.
No, man, but
Walmart and McDonald's is
addicting.
addicting.
You can get in there, get a sandwich of some sort.
I think Walmart's like a hub for a certain sort of addict that we haven't classified yet.
Faddict.
You guys got to go on People of Walmart.
Yeah.
There's also video compilations of People of Walmart pictures on YouTube.
If you, let's say...
I was about to take a People of Walmart picture, and my phone was dead because I had a cheap battery.
You should have got a new phone at Walmart.
Yeah, I should.
If you're hungry and you want let's say you want to start eating healthier or curbing your appetite, just go on People of Walmart before and during your food session.
Yeah, basically they just take the most, like if you're in Walmart and you see a ridiculous looking person, you snap a photo of them and send it to peopleofwalmart.com, and then they post it on their site. Oh. So the site's just a compilation of what city you were in and who you saw, and like you'll see a guy with breast implants or someone with a big shit stain that's just chilling out.
It's epic. No, I hate using that word, but those people are epic failures of life.
Yeah.
I recommend the Walmart torrents. So I give my recommendation 5 stars based on entertainment value.
5 stars, five nuggets. No, 5 5-pound buckets of ice cream.
I'm surprised that someone like you, Chris, wouldn't document this little.
Have already so many
because
times.
my phone was dead. That's why. But it would be super fun to chill in Walmart for a whole month.
They have a lazy boy section or something.
What did that guy do, Brian? What was that movie over McDonald's?
Supersize Me. Can you Walmart yourself? Can you live inside of a Walmart?
Can you hide in a Walmart for 1 month and you just get away with it?
That'll be hard, man. How are you gonna keep up with the charging all your batteries and stuff like that? I mean, you could do it during the day.
You could eat 3 times a day at McDonald's, so that would be like a sequel to Super Size Me.
All right.
Would you be allowed to go to Green Burrito and Pizza Hut outside in those little could you stay within the parking lot?
No.
Because there's also interesting things in the parking lot, though. There's also interesting things in the parking lot. You can't
buy or consume anything outside of the building. Let's say you could go outside of the Walmart to get some fresh air. That's acceptable, but not farther than 10, 20 feet from the building. And you can't go into another building to eat in those other spots. Only whatever food is offered in the Walmart, which is a supermarket, basically. So you could eat healthy. You could eat fruits.
Do you know how people feel guilty when they eat fast food because the people who work there sometimes seem miserable and the food is bad, it's processed food, and you might be overeating when you're there. Do you think people are depressed when they go to Walmart versus another store? Oh man, I can't believe I'm supporting Walmart because they're putting everything out of business or something?
No. have no idea what's happening in this world. They wouldn't be allowed to go in another store.
But I'm saying, would you as the consumer feel guilty purchasing many cheap things in Walmart knowing that?
Not at all.
Okay, yeah, some people, have a thing against Walmart. Like, Walmart's kind of been the bullseye over all these other companies like Kmart and Costco in terms of, like, being the place that comes into your town and takes all the local businesses away.
That I understand because it's a one-stop shopping. So if it comes into a small town, but if it goes into any sort of metropolitan area, I mean, there's room for everybody. But it does kill small businesses. But small businesses don't exist like that as many as they do because of corporations like Walmart. So I understand, but there's no reason to deny yourself something affordable just because you have a grudge against them. Some people's standards, maybe their pride is higher than mine, but I mean, hey, listen, if I need something, I'll go buy it there cheaper if it's acceptable to me. I don't care.
Yeah, the other thing is if you just want to buy a shitty pair of socks, I mean, why spend $10 on them? You could get them for like $1 or $2.
Are the socks that cheap there?
Nah. But yeah, they kind of are because you could get like a bunch of pairs for like $5, and they're all cotton.
Pears as in fruit?
What? No, like as in fruit of
no, pairs of socks. Or pairs of drawers.
All right. Anyway, everyone go to peoplewalmart.com and Walmart in general and have a good time.
Yeah, bear in mind.
Grateful that
now, folks who are listening to this. I'm just saying, folks who are listening to this, Chris is not getting any partial payment from Walmart, plugging them on this show.
Not getting any minimum wage from Walmart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of minimum wage, isn't it funny that for a hot minute that, there was, I don't know if you heard the story of workers at McDonald's were trying to get a higher minimum wage than $7.15 an hour.
Well, of course. Dude, come on, not only is that a minimum wage job, but dude, you fucking smell like grease when you get home. That stays on your clothes, that stays in your hair.
Right. They wanted something along the lines of $15 an hour just to say, you want some fries with that?
But no, you know what? In-N-Out Burger gives their workers $15 an hour. The workers are super happy. The place is well run. They make a shit ton of business. McDonald's could surely do the same. And In-N-Out Burger is family owned.
Better.
And it's better food.
On a regular basis.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta agree. I think for McDonald's you should get $25 an hour.
In-N-Out, I'll work at McDonald's then.
Hell yeah.
In-N-Out is good. Like it's
scary.
In-N-Out is like Five Guys as back east.
But it's not.
It's better though.
Yeah, it's better because after you eat Five Guys, you feel greasy and fat, and you don't feel that with In-N-Out. It's relatively light, and everyone touts Los Angeles as this great burger place. In-N-Out is the best fucking cheeseburger in Los Angeles.
Right.
I also like Umami Burger.
Umami.
Mommy burgers?
Umami.
Really?
Umami. There's one in New York now.
Oh, really? But In-N-Out Burger, in terms of like a local fast food place, great.
Yeah.
Right. Now, wasn't it weird that like in the Oscar, this recent Oscar telecast, that they actually ordered pizza? Because what I'm saying is that California is not known for their pizza.
Yeah, it's like
where are they going to order pizza
Mexican
from? New
food
York?
and burgers are really good out here.
Where are they going to order pizza from? New York? Pizza's the universal.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I'm just saying California pizza is known for having a bad reputation. I just thought that was weird that she would order pizza, as opposed to, I don't know, ordering burgers, because that's what California is known for. I was just wondering.
Yeah, but pizza delivery and pizza are synonymous. Like when you order let's say if someone walked in from In-N-Out Burger, it's not realistic because everyone knows In-N-Out doesn't deliver.
You could find good pizza here, but in general, you can't just walk into a pizzeria and order. You'll be disappointed.
More often than not. There's a good pizzeria by my house in Hollywood.
There's also Northwestern Pizza, which I never knew about till I lived here, but basically anywhere from San Francisco to Vancouver, the pizza has about the same dough size as like a Domino's or a Pizza Hut. Like, it's not deep dish, but it's not thin crust like New York. And it's not thin crust. Like, it's a certain type of doughy pizza.
That's pretty good.
It's like standard, like almost the consistency of a pizza you would order from a delivery national chain. but in a local flavor. Interesting.
Oh, that
Not to Brian.
That chain, Big Mamas and Papas. There's a few of them. There's one right by my house, actually.
Oh yeah, they do super big pizzas.
Oh yeah, you have to turn it sideways to get it through the door. I've ordered one.
Oh, really?
Well, not for myself.
Well, there's a challenge. If you have like 4 buddies there and you try to eat it, if you could eat it, they'll give it to you for free. But if not, it's like $100-$120.
Yeah, I need to find somebody that has as big of an appetite as me. Get high and destroy it because it's definitely
I might
possible.
be able to help you with that.
Yeah, but you can't like you eat poorly, but you can't eat as much as me in like one session. Like this has to be one session food fest.
If there ever is a day-long poorly eating contest, I think
you beat me, of course.
I did eat grilled salmon this morning. It's good.
How was that?
It's pretty good. I had 8 strips of bacon with it.
Oh god, there's always was it turkey bacon? No, it was just bacon. Oh,
it was just bacon that someone gave me. It was the best sort of bacon, free bacon. Free bacon. Like free cheddar.
Right.
You got that cheddar, boy.
Brian, what's in the news? Quickly, do a 5-minute news.
Well, this is going to be quick, though. So the show that I'm in, or the episode I'm in, apparently just got pulled.
Wait,
yeah, it just got pulled.
Wait a second. The episode of that, what was that thing called? Those Who Kill?
Yeah, apparently it just got pulled.
Wait, did the show get pulled or the episode get pulled?
The show. It looks like it's... they say... But here's the thing. They're saying it's not canceled. This is what they're saying, according to the sources.
Hiatus or something?
Yeah, I know.
So bad.
After 2 episodes of paltry viewership, I mean, it was only averaging
paltry.
Yeah, it was like 1.4 million.
It's like below 0.1, it's just called paltry.
Yeah, it wasn't pork, it was poultry.
It got paltry.
Yeah, it was.
It had a rating of paltry.
Yeah, apparently, the second episode dropped to like 830,000 views from like as opposed to the first 1.4 who saw the first episode.
Yeah, but come on, if something had 800,000 views on the internet, it would be a hit.
I know.
You see that video of strangers kissing? Got 35 million views in like 2 days.
I kept seeing a link for it, but I didn't.
I haven't watched it, but it's 35 million views in 2 days. Strangers kissing. I kiss strangers all the time.
Ooh, maybe we should put. Yeah, that's why comedy, romantic things are the best. If you're gonna do something mainstream, just pick 2 people falling in love. That's all you need to do.
I can fall in love. You want to shoot it?
With who?
No.
With who?
Whoever's in the room.
Can you fall in love with Brian?
Brian.
No.
Brian.
Way to put him to the test.
I've been wanting to.
All right, so Brian, what's in real news?
What's in real news? Well, I don't know if you guys heard about the explosion that happened in New York a couple of days ago.
Is this a sex joke?
No, there is no sex joke. There was a building. Yeah, there was a gas leak that happened on 116th Street and Park Avenue. Do you have to play that while I'm saying the news?
What time of day was it, newsman?
This was around 9:10 in the morning.
Fascinating. What happened?
No, I'm not. Well, I mean, yeah, there was apparently 8 people. I'm trying to do the news and this motherfucker's playing. Could you stop your thing from the Dropbox, please? George, are you done? Oh, good. I like how now I'm giving the dead air.
Hey, nothing stops the news. Keep it going, newsman.
All right, so 8 people were killed, and there's dozens more missing, and 68, close to 70 people are injured.
Jesus, seriously?
Yeah, no, this was real. Have they found out what caused it? Like what?
There was a gas leak, and this is the first time that they ever got a report. Apparently,
that's
so I guess
New York, those buildings are so pressed together. You could keep perfect care of your building, and the assholes next door could be junkies or whatever, blow up the building. Then your shit is messed up.
Yeah, right.
8 people died.
No. Yeah, 8 people died reportedly. The youngest victim was like 21, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
And they're saying that
terrible.
Yeah, it's just that the reason being is that there's faulty iron pipes. And apparently, over time,
it's going to be crazy. Try to make a regulation that everyone has to update their pipes. That'll put bankrupt everyone.
No, you can't.
I know.
Why? What about wiring? Some places even have old wiring, like from systems that won't
Pre-war,
even...
yeah.
Like, it doesn't even have the safety things that will prevent against an electrical fire, so you have to know what wattage and voltage you're plugging into these things. Like, it has a max, and you have to know.
Yeah, more often than not, they do revamp them, otherwise they won't let you rent it.
Right.
If there's new tenants coming in.
Right.
But there's ways to get around it. What else, Brian?
What else? Well, basically, hang on. Sorry, folks. So the area of Crimea, which is near Ukraine, is holding a secession referendum. Apparently, they're supposed to be joining up with Russia, in the coming days. But apparently, the
Brian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm providing dead air right now.
So what's going on over there in Ukraine? Is this going to be like the beginning of a new Cold War between us and Russia? Or are we in a Cold War?
We're getting involved in the sense that we're
we're in like
sanctioning.
a PR Cold War with Russia.
Yeah. So apparently the U.S. is getting involved by threatening sanctions. So I guess the only way they could do that is not taking in the vodka into our country. So
U.S. and Russia is like when U.S. was fighting Canada in South Park. Your dicks.
No, y'all bigger dicks.
It seems like the same country, Russia and USA. They just it's a big country. Right. The people are very proud.
Right.
They're more than willing to get involved in war conflicts.
Right, and it seems like Russia's just trying to reclaim the land that they had before. They want to have them back again.
Oh yeah, they want they're well run now. They want those satellites back. Putin said it at the Olympics. He said we lost all those places. Those were good Russians.
Right, and the thing is that these areas, the parts of the Ukraine, some of the people are all for it, and then there's some people who are against it.
Right. What do you think's going to happen?
We're going to have to wait and see in the coming days. It's not a quick situation.
What?
All right, are you done, motherfucker? I mean, George, are you done? All right, anyway, but I mean, there are casualties involved and also dozens of injuries, and so who knows what's going to happen.
There's drama and conflict in all corners of the world right now.
Nothing that's just another day.
You got the shit going on in Venezuela. That's the southwest. You got northeast being Ukraine. You got southeast being the plane missing. And you got northwest being America's usual follies. Oh, yeah. Yes, diddly do. And then I think what I heard is that some drug cartel was raided and they found billions of dollars in cash, which is nothing new, along with hundreds of thousands upon thousands of weapons, found in this particular fortress. Wow. I believe it's in South America. It's so weird that they have these fortresses. I remember when America raided Saddam's palace, they were using the palace to hold USO shows. They were housing the USO performers there, and the performers are coming home we stayed in Saddam's palace. It's oh, this is surreal. That's pretty cool. Right. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Brian, thank you for the news. Thank you for George's soundboard. Thank you for being nice and lively. I tried, I mean, you guys carried the show, which is the best thing. That was the best thing about it, because it's at least it didn't have to fall on my shoulders, because my shoulders are very weak at this point from lifting so much. All right, Brian Williams on the news. All right, everybody, that's Shooting the Ish, shootingtheish.com, youtube.com/shootingtheish. You could also check us out on Facebook. George, thank you very much. Don't forget Twitter. And all of that stuff. Brian, thank you very much. You're welcome. This is Chris saying, guys, thanks again, and join us next time where we shoot the ish. See you guys. Later. Thanks.